Hello. Let me clean that mirror off there, or the screen there. Hey, Jenna. How are you? Did you bring something to work on today as you are here in this live? Got everything plugged in. My computer was a little low on battery power. Oh, thank you. Let's see here. I was going to pin a comment here, see if it will pin. There we go. And we're going to, oh, no, we already did that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I am going to continue to work on this project. I've got a lot of yarn tails to weave in here. Hello, welcome. How are you today? I was trying to get myself organized, so I hope that I can get this go in the direction that I want to. That is the green one. Let's do this color. Hello, welcome. How are you? I am working on a stash busting thing here. Hey, are you working on something today as you watch this live? I am working on a fun project. I might have to turn the fan on. My air conditioning just turned off. It's not too bad today. It's only 103, but we turn it off at certain times to save money because it's expensive. So I'm working with greens and blues from my stash. So pretty much all of my Karen Simply Soft yarn I am using up. I will still have some of it left, but some of it I'm having to use regular acrylic yarn for my project. So I've got so many things that I want to share with you guys today. Hey, hello, Shirley. How are you today? Did you bring something that you're working on? Sorry, my yarn keeps getting caught on my yarn spinner. I was saying I'm working on using up my stash, and I've made a couple things. I'm excited to share with you today some of the things that I have been working on. And oh, that's right, the Christmas blanket. Now remind me, is it one that is going to be like Christmas colors, or is it something that you can have around all the time and not just necessarily for warmth? I always have blankets on the back of my couch because my feet get cold and then I get cold. And it could be super hot outside and I'm inside and under the blanket. My husband laughs. The dogs love it because oh, granny, I love that stitch. The granny stitch is awesome. I think my next project, I'm in my blanket era where I am just making crocheted blankets. It's super easy. And I like the granny square because you get a little bit of the warmth, and the granny stitch because you get a little bit of the warmth, but then you get also some air going through your blanket so that it's not too hot. I like the moss stitch. That's a really pretty stitch too. But it's a little warmer if you use that stitch to make a blanket because it uses more yarn and it's more compact, like in the same area. And so, yeah, so I have been making granny square um, blankets. So I showed you the one I made for my friend, and I was talking to my husband about it, and he's like, "Why don't you add a border to it? It'll give it a little bit of zhuzh." So I'll have to pull that out here in a minute and show you. You can see that it's wrapped up back behind me, but we'll pull that out in a second. I just want to give everybody an opportunity to pipe in here and say where they're tuning in from. And if you are crocheting with me today, this is a awesome place to work on projects and get inspired by each other. We've gotten some really great inspiration from these lives. I was able, um, gosh, it's probably last month we did a live and someone started talking to me about diamond art and that she had seen a Wonder Woman diamond art kit. And I'm like, what? Because you probably can't see it. Let me turn it the right direction. I have a wall over there that is my Wonder Woman wall. And I love Wonder Woman because, hello, my name is Diana. So why not? Um, anyway, and so I got a diamond art kit. Oh, good. That will be a really cool project. The note holder. That's going to be really awesome. So anyway, so I ended up finding a diamond art kit from Walmart, and I have Walmart Plus. They had a deal where you get it half off the price to try for a year, and I really like it. So I got free shipping with it. And I've been working on it, and I just finished. I have it on. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to hold it up for y'all before I still have the plastic on it so that yarn fuzz doesn't get on it, because why would we want that to happen? Because then the diamonds don't stick on it. So hopefully you can tell this is my diamond art kit. So this is not completely filled in. You can see areas where it has the letters still. Those still need the diamond. And then I did finish up the black part of her hair. That was really tedious, but she's going to be really cool. And then I'm going to put her in a frame. And then I think I'm going to put it up over here, leaning on the top. So I'm excited to get that done. It's super fun and really relaxing. Yeah, I was surprised it actually looks good. I didn't think it was going to look good, but you know, I was trying a new craft I've not done before. So I'm excited to add that to my decor. And I am thinking of also updating. I have been in, this is all different back behind on top of my bookshelves. And in front of me is a blank wall, and I want to get some pegboards. And I have been hunting for a pegboard, and I think I finally found one, but I have to go to IKEA. I have to. So I don't know if any of you have been to an IKEA store before. They are great for storage options. Obviously, I got my shelves there. The shelves behind me. From this point of view, it looks like my shelf is like totally uneven, which they are. They're not the same height because I bought them at separate times, and they were in different parts of my house, and then I brought them together. So I didn't even realize. So anyway, on Friday, I am going to go with my daughter-in-law, and we are going to pick up some of those pegboards and then some shelving to make this wall kind of stand out. And then I can put some of my other paraphernalia up there. And I'm going to get another shelf because I have a shelf of things. I need to get another one and spread out some of my little knickknacks that I have, that anytime someone sees a Wonder Woman thing, they like to bring them to me. And yeah, so we have some people coming in and tuning out, and I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. We have a chat going. And I have a few things that we can chat about. So this is one of the granny squares that I'm working on, greens and blues. And obviously I haven't woven in the ends because I have a pattern in my head. I want to make a blanket that is a 36 by 36 blanket. So I need to figure out how big to make my granny squares because I'm going to make 4 and then stitch them together. Yes, this is such a relaxing. So this is square number 1. So I'm going to make 2 squares. I'm trying to use the yarn in such a way that I can make 2 of the same squares. So there's one while using up my stash. That was the whole plan. And then here is the second square. So the white is going to go in between. This is a mix of, oh, that would be interesting, doing a crochet Wonder Woman granny square. I did make a crochet Wonder Woman. I'll have to show you here in a second because she's actually out. And I brought my Harry Potter. Somebody was asking about Harry Potter. This yarn is a mix of Caron Simply Soft. So the shinier yarn right here is Caron Simply Soft. And then this one is also shiny, but it's a little bit thicker. And this is the I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby. So if I was to make this, I would go ahead and do it in I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby because it's just awesome. Go ahead, get up there. This morning I was laughing. Ginger Snap, she was looking at me. I was sitting in the chair over here and she just looked at me and looked at me. And I was trying to figure out, what is she telling me? Well, she normally lays in the chair and she was not happy that I was sitting in her spot. She's like, Master, you're in my chair. You need to move. So I thought it was pretty funny. I took a picture of her face, did a little post on social media about her being so silly. She is my quality control. So let me show you my crochet Wonder Woman. Hold on. She's a little dusty. So I freehanded this and she is really dusty. So here is my Wonder Woman. This, oh my goodness, I don't even know when I made this. Oh, it's a little fuzzy right there. And then she has her little Wonder Woman on her chest. And then I had this really cute little star that's wooden. And then I just colored it red. And she has a little lasso of truth. If you can see that. It's her lasso of truth. And then her little boots have little gold yarn around it. And then she has her sweet little cuffs that she blocks and dodges bullets with. So yes. So this was, thank you. So this, did you post it in your community? No, I didn't. I posted it on my Instagram. So I didn't post the picture of Ginger Snap. Where's my phone? Oh, there it is. I can show you. If you don't have Instagram, this was the face she gave me this morning. Why are you sitting in my chair? Get out of my chair, please. She cracks me up. So I promised I would bring Harry Potter. I had to dig through my stuff to find him. So I'm just going to pull them all out and then I can, because I showed you the pictures last time. If you were here last time, if you weren't here, and I just checked Instagram and the pattern is not on there anymore, but I'm still going to show you. I know, she's so funny. So here is Harry Potter. And I know that she probably got penalized by Etsy because it's a trademark thing, but he's so cute. Has this little scar, and he has blush on his cheeks and his little scarf. I don't think I have a Malfoy. I think I sold all the Malfoys and the Voldemorts and the Dobbies. So I might have to, let's do Ron next. Here's Ron. Love me good little redhead. So this yarn is like size 2 mercerized cotton. I think is Catalina yarn maybe. So there's that, and the little ears crack me up. So I based my Wonder Woman pattern off this, and here's Hermione. Like her hair looks like Medusa hair. And then we have this one I freehanded too. This is Professor McGonagall. Her little spectacles got a little askew. So I thought about putting these out for Halloween because why not? And I love her little button here. Crack me up, and she has a little shawl. This one was super, super fun to make. Yes, she is my sidekick. Then we have Dumbledore. Dumbledore. Isn't he cool? Got a lot of fuzz. So Halloween, I will have to bring them out. But the bending the wire and creating the glasses was super fun. Why am I seeing? Oh, there it is. And then here's Hagrid. This one I also freehanded. Kind of made him a little bit bigger. And then made his hair a little bit longer. And then I had that horrible eyelash yarn and made his tie. I was going to make it like polka dot, like the movie, but it was just too hard. So I just made it kind of an ugly, ugly tie. So I'm going to put them back in this bag where they came from, and so that they get put back where they were. So super, super fun. People are so creative. All right. That create these patterns. I'm turning on the fan because it is toasty in here. Okay. Now, I did say in my description, I was cleaning out and looking at my things. I was going to share some of my crochet books that I have. Do you ever purchase crochet books? Have you ever purchased a crochet book? Oh, goodness. All right. I'm trying to arrange my things so that I can get to all the things that I was going to show you. So I have them all stacked up next to me today. All right. So I think we're going to start with this book. I bought this because another person that I follow, she loves this lady. Like, just how cute and darling are these little crochet animals? And they're actually not little. I started this chicken and realized quickly that I did not like using finer yarn with smaller hooks, but she has some of the cutest, oops, I can't even turn it the right way, cutest little animals. That was a squirrel. Let me see here. This is adorable. This is an ostrich. Let me see. It's hard to do this when, there we go. An ostrich, super clever. And oh my gosh, I don't even know what this is. I think this is this is a snail. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. So cute, so cute. So I did link these books, all the books I'm talking about. I have gotten them off of Amazon, and this was a really cute one. Just be prepared that the crochet yarn that you would use for this and the crochet hook is going to be smaller. But how adorable is that? Super cute. So I have started the chicken, and then it was taking me a long time because I have found that I like to use thicker yarn, bigger hooks, and I create things faster. And so that is why I did not finish the chicken. I was making it for my sister-in-law, and I ended up making her a different chicken. Let me see if I can find the orca whale in here. And this person is from Argentina that made this book. And she has, obviously it says 3. So she has 2 other books. I know that I think she sells these on Etsy too. So here's a page that has a polar bear and her whale. Isn't that cool? That's a really cool one. And I love that the little accents that she puts on there. So cute. So cute. Okay. So the next one, I don't know. I followed this. So I haven't followed that lady that wrote that book, but I followed this person. Her name is Ricky Gustafson, and she is super talented. She crochets so fast. I don't know when she ever sleeps because she has some very interesting work hours because she does her own. She works full time and then she has her crochet things, and she goes to the Comic-Con type things and sells her really cool creations. She sells so many cool things and creates so many things, and her pictures are really cool. She lives in Oregon, but this is her book, and the patterns are a little more simple. Yeah, no, she does sleep. So she has, I love this one. I actually made this one, a mermaid. How cute is that? So this one I made, and I created a Little Mermaid. So my niece loved Little Mermaid, so I just did it in Ariel hair color, so red. And then this one is a kappa. She likes all of the things that are kind of mythical. I think there's a centaur in here. There's a kraken. Kraken. I have to say kraken that way. Let's see here. Let me go to the front. Oh, here's a minotaur. He's cool. These are really fun. And Nosferatu. Yes. Let me see. I don't think that she has a unicorn. I don't think she has a unicorn in her book. She has a zombie. He's cool. So she shows how to create those white eyes. She does that on her. Oh, I love me a good werewolf. I still have this mark to make. I like werewolves. They're fun for Halloween time. And here is a jackalope. Now this one's adorable. And you know, a jackalope is not real. It is, somebody took a jackrabbit and put horns on it. And here's a Mothman. So that's cool. And then she has Nessie. Oops. Oh, that way. There we go. Nessie. And a CTHULHU. So that's kind of cool. And she is a super tight crocheter. She's always bending her crochet hooks. I'm like, how in the world do you do that? I don't do that. Oh, a manicore. That's fun. Let me see. Turn it that way. Very, very, very good. Okay. And then she has a bunch of other things, but here is a gnome. That one's a really quick make. That's super fun. And what would be really cool if you took the gnome and you took a dog brush. I don't know if you've ever done that. You've taken a dog brush that's clean, not been combing on a dog, and you comb out your yarn. It makes it fluffy and it looks really cool. Yeah, she is super creative. She has a centaur. Very fun. Try not to get the reflection. There we go. And a Jersey Devil. Going the right way. There we go. There we go. Again, it's hard to do that with an alien. Super fun. So lots of different things in this book. I have used this book several times. So she has what's on the front, and then she has these creatures on the back. So I love me a good Frankenstein. That bird is super cute. So a phoenix. Hello, I live in Arizona. That would be fun to make. So if you're looking for a good crochet world of creepy creatures and cryptids, I think they have this at Michael's as well. But like I said, I have all of the books that I'm mentioning in the description of this video. So I bought this a couple years ago when it first came out. I tried that before and crocheted a whole bunny rug with that. Oh, cool. So this one, I've made several creatures from. This is the Mama Made Minis. Ladies, they make the coolest crochet loveys. So I've sold several of these, made several of these. I mean, how cute is that? That cow. Adorable. I believe they have, oh, they do. Let me see if I can find the page of it. But they do have a unicorn in this book. So loveys that they make are basically plushies that don't have stuffing in their bellies. Oh, this is a perfect page. This shows everything. So we'll just look at them. Let's look at this page first. So they have a fox. Let's see, fox is up here. A panda, a duck, all sorts of things. You can see the unicorn right here. Very cool. And I made the unicorn and it had like rainbow hair color. It turned out really adorable. Frogs. This one you use mostly blanket yarn. So this one is acrylic yarn that she uses. And this one is blanket yarn. So a little bit thicker, bigger hooks. This one is acrylic yarn, smaller yarn, smaller hooks. And then here we go with a smaller than before. So the last one is probably, sorry about that. I don't want this to fall down. This one is my most recent purchase. And as you can tell, I love these flags. I put them in there and I make notes in my books how I want to do things or what I want to crochet. So I first go through the book and just look at all the patterns and decide what I want to make. And as you can tell, I go through different eras of making things. Whatever sparks my fancy, that's what I'm going to be making. So this one is awesome. This is by Sierra Moral, and it's all crochet flowers. So cool. So cool. So on the back of this one, she's made this right here is a bouquet of flowers. So fun. So what I wanted to show you, instead of showing you what's in the book, I actually brought my flowers down from upstairs in my closet. So these take a little bit more time, but they are so worth it. This is the one that I was telling you about, that I took them to a market. It was a flower market and didn't sell any, but that's fine. A lot of interest. So I have a whole bunch of different tulips, and all of these have wire in them. So they're very posable. So because this has been in my box, it's kind of skewonkus, but super fun. I think the tulips may be my favorite to make. They're super fun. And they can all be found in this book. She also, if you wanted like single patterns, she does have patterns on Etsy, and I can link those. I just didn't link those in the description. So she has freesias under the front of the book. She has 35 patterns. So there is romantic rose, sunny sunflower, tranquil lavender, captivating carnation, fresh as a daisy, budding tulip, merry marigold. I did make some of those. They look amazing. I'll show you here in a second. They have classic calla lily, delightful daffodil, blooming tulip, plumeria paradise, Hawaiian hibiscus, peony perfection, poppy pizzazz, flawless forget-me-not, lovely lily, colorful cosmos, charming lily of the valley, harmonious hyacinth, cheer up buttercup, darling dahlia, fresh freesia, dandy pansy, and then the eucalyptus. So of all those, what would you like to see? I showed you a tulip. I did make sorry, they're all piled on top of each other. And then I have some other things in here that are piled on. This is my flower box. It's a big tote where I pick it up. I did make a bunch of roses, long stem red roses that I've sold. So I had all these different colors. The stem is wire. So there's wire in there. And it's really cool because you'll get the hang of it, but you hot glue the bottom and you wrap your yarn around it. And then I just love the detail of each of these. So these are the roses. This is the long stem red roses. And you can also, I mean, not all red, but you can decide how long you want the stem by how long you have your wire. So you want wire cutters for this one. I'm still pulling stuff out here. Just a second. Look at the sunflowers. Aren't those happy? So, so happy. And these do take quite a bit of time to, make, but the assembly. So this is that Red Heart Super Saver yarn, which I have right behind me. Yay, yellow is a good color. So this is the color that I used for, and it doesn't have the wrap on it. I can tell you, I picked up this yarn. It's Red Heart Super Saver yarn, and I just talked about it in my Walmart video a couple weeks ago. But this, you can get at Walmart, and the brown you can get at Walmart. I think this is I Love This Yarn. This is I Love This Yarn, and this green is I Love This Yarn. But the yellow, you can't find this yellow like this in very many places. So when I walked through Walmart and saw it, I was very happy. Okay, let me see here. I'm trying to pull out a different, here we go. I don't know why I have this long piece of blanket yarn in there. I made some lavender. This was super fun. We used to have lavender in my yard until some neighbor dog peed on it and killed the bush. It was really a sad day. I was very irritated. And they let the dog walk up into the yard. It wasn't like it was right on the edge of the yard. Like, people, don't let your animals do that. So there's that. I know, aren't they cool? And these look super complicated, but they are so easy to make. So all of this yarn I bought at Hobby Lobby. So, they have their beautiful yarn wall. These colors are amazing. I can't remember what they are because, but I can. And if you wanted just the single flowers, I can show you that. But they're also, I haven't made this one, but this is the hyacinth. Looks super complicated, but it's really not. So a lot of these, she will give you, let me find she will give you Now I did make this one, but I only made one. This is the Colorful Cosmos, and I made it for my mom for Mother's Day one year. I did a whole bouquet of flowers. So what I was saying is that she will have the large version of the flower and then a potted version of the flower. So here's the potted version. Gosh, potted version, and then the single flower. So I know I have some poppies in here. Oh, there they are. They're at the bottom. So these are the poppies that I made. Isn't that red fabulous? I'm about to sneeze again. Whew, moving on. Excuse me. Moving all that dusty stuff around. It's not really dusty, but probably yarn fibers. Then we have, I love this one. Let me pull it out. I love this one. Now these are the daffodils, and both these yarns I bought at at Walmart. I know, isn't that rude? Letting dogs pee in other people's yard. I don't let Ginger Snap do that. So she's learned to she pees on the sidewalk, but it's better than someone's yard where it could kill the grass. Thank you. Then we have these daisies. Aren't they fun? Then let me see. Do I have any other different flowers that I made? I made roses. Now these work up so quickly. The roses are amazing. So if you want, which patterns would you like the individual ones of? And this book, I think it's $25, but I think it's marked down on Amazon, but you get so many choices of flowers. I know that she sells these for the pattern. Gosh, I can't remember. So hello, how are you? We're just talking about flowers right now. Where are you tuning in from? So those are all, I mean, I have a whole bunch of tulips. So if you, yeah, so this is probably out of the 4 books, probably, well, it's the newest one, but I made so many out of the Mama Made Mini one, and I've made so many out of the Crochet Flowers. So both are fabulous. But I don't know. Do you buy crochet books, or have you purchased crochet? Wow, that was not good English. Have you purchased crochet books before? And are there any that I need to know about? Because I am like squirrel. I need, constant. Oh, nice. Oh, now I do have to show you when I displayed my flowers at my markets. I got these really cool vases, and then I got rose gold spray paint, and I spray painted them so they were the same. And one of them is, if you can tell, it's pink on the inside, and the other one is blue on the inside, but they're plastic because I didn't want to take glass. And so when I would display them, my long stem roses went right in there. And then I put, actually put weighted beads in the bottom so they wouldn't tip. And then it gave them some height too. So super fun, super easy, awesome. I was in my crochet flower era. Oh, okay, you look up tutorials. You're from Massachusetts. Hello from Massachusetts. I like all the things, all the crochet things. I honestly, I do. I like all the things. So if you have a crochet book that you like and you want to share with everybody else, that would be fabulous. We would love it, because you never know when you inspire somebody else. Now, saying that, my son is getting married, and my daughter just sent, oh, you're from Australia. That's so fun. So my daughter just brought my granddaughter. Sorry, I got allergies. My son is getting married, and she just sent me a picture of the dress that she got my granddaughter, who's 4. Oh wait, she sent me the link. I got to show you. It's so adorable. And then she says, "Well, if it gets cold, because the the wedding is in October." And she's like, "Well, if she gets cold, isn't this dress so adorable? So cute." And she's a little redhead. So cute. She's like, "Well, maybe it's got little flowers on it." And she's like, "Well, maybe I could get her a cardigan or something." I'm like, I can crochet her a cardigan. And then I thought, wouldn't it be adorable to crochet her a little shrug? Yes. Yes. Weights rocks free. That's right. Let me show you the different, if you can see that. So there's one option. And then maybe if I click on it, then it could be a little bit. Okay, Free Form Crochet with Confidence by Carol Meldrum. I love it. So this is one of the patterns that I looked up. So that one is a super simple one. I thought it would be really cute. I love the sleeves on it, and that would be obviously a really super quick make on that one. And then, oops. Then the next one that I kind of am leaning more towards, but you tell me, isn't that cute? I like the little ruffled edges and the cuff sleeves. And I love that it has just like one little button to hold it closed. Let's see if she has, why? Okay. Those are the same pictures. Okay. And then the last one, there we go. The last one looks like that. But look how cool and cute the sleeves are on that one. So that one's almost like a little jacket. So you think Shirley, you're saying the pink one? This one? Right here? Okay, the pink one. Yeah, that one, it's so cute. And what's fun, I'm just remembering that I have my nanny's collection of vintage buttons. Now, she was funny. So Nanny is my grandma. She's the one that taught me how to crochet when I was like 10 or 11 years old. And she would collect buttons. She was an avid garage sale person. And also if clothes would wear out, she would snip the buttons. And so I have so many random buttons that would be awesome. But wouldn't that be cute if I used one of those for the front of that shrug? And that's not a bad deal oh, look, I have a 10% coupon, I think, because I liked it. So there you go. That's probably going to be the one. She is 4. So this one goes up to, it says size baby up to 6 years. So what I might do is make it a little bit bigger so that she can wear it for a little bit longer, because she loves to wear her crochet things. My grandson too. I made him a vest that was granny squares, and it was so simple. I had never done anything before like that. So I made a bunch of granny squares and I made it into a vest, and it was like sleeveless. So then I crocheted down and then did like the lobster stitch over the edge, and it made it kind of bumpy. It was really cool. Okay, so looking to unlock a challenging but rewarding skill, from needles to hook, complete guide to concerting knit patterns to crochet by the Needle Craft Shop circa 2002. I have to write these down because I have my, oh, you know what? I'm going to write it on my notepad. Oh, you'll laugh because I was showing you Wonder Woman earlier. I do love Wonder Woman. I have a notebook that's Wonder Woman. This is so old. All right. I'm going to get my pen. I got to write these 2 books down. So, complete guide to inserting. Okay. At one time, I did know how to knit too. Hey, Tamara, how are you? It's good to see you again. Okay, 2002. And then the other one, let me see if I can find it. There we go. Freeform. Oh, snap. Okay, crochet with confidence. We're asking for book recommendations because for crochet, I'm actually listening to a book. I have been on a sort of a listen to a book and then watch a show routine. So my husband was out of town, so I had a lot of time to crochet and to watch shows. I mean, he would watch the shows anyway, but I was able to listen to a couple books. And the one I'm listening to right now, I really like. I'm hopefully going to recommend it. So I like my cozy mysteries. That's how I roll. I don't like to be scared. I don't want to know any gruesome details or anything like that. But I like my cozy mysteries. And the one that I'm currently listening to actually has a really good storyline without being cheesy. So the main character, I am not very far into it, but the main character, hopefully it won't start playing. It's kind of a period piece. So Murder at the Mayfair Hotel. This is actually really good. She is from a family of, like, it's kind of set back. I don't even know what year it was, like maybe the 20s. They're very much, the women they don't work and stuff like that. So her mother came from money, and her mother's family disowned her when she married this lady's dad. And so when the grandparents died, they left all this money, but it went to her aunt. And her dad was a professor, and he didn't make a lot of money. And so, anyway, the parents die. So then she has to go live with this family, and she didn't realize that the uncle had been sending her money every month. That's the part that I just found into. And then the murder just happened. So she has a cousin, and she met her aunt, who reminds her of her mom. So there's, and then her other grandparents had just passed away because she lived with them when her parents passed away. So there's a lot of like characters that we're still learning, and it's, I don't know, I liked it. Okay, let's go down to a manual of worsted work Lion Brand yarns, copyright 1960, re-released by Lion Brand 5 years ago. That is so fun. Actually, you know, it's funny. So when my mom moved out of her house, crocheting is amazing. So when my mom moved out of her house, she had these patterns that were like from like the 70s, and they were so bad. You know, the models, I don't know. My mom, I don't sew, but my mom would take us to the you know, go get cloth and things to sew clothes, and we'd have to go and sit and look at our entertainment, because we didn't have phones, was to look at the books with the patterns in it. And she's like, okay, go find me pattern number whatever, and I need it in this size. But the models on those were always made me laugh for some reason. I don't know. And then when they drew them, the models, they made me laugh. So my mom had some crochet patterns in her magazines and stuff, and she says, hey, you interested in any of these? And I looked through them, and I let them be donated. So anyway, does anybody have any funny stories that happened to them this week? I would love to hear them. We got rain here. That's not funny, but I was super excited. Arizona doesn't get a lot of rain. And so we are very much dry heat. When the sun comes out, everything is dry. So when it's rainy, we're like, oh my gosh, it's so humid. So going to the gym this morning was a sweat fest. It's hard to grab weights and do things when you're dripping with sweat because I forgot to wear my headband or a hat. I just got up and moved because I thought I had to be quick because my husband was flying in today and I thought I was going to be early. You know, I needed to be early. Well, his plane was delayed 2.5 hours. So I had plenty of time. Plenty of time. Yes. There was a monsoon. We had a monsoon here, and Tucson is about 2 hours from here. So that's south of us. So I live in the Phoenix Valley. I live in a place called Gilbert, and there's a whole bunch of cluster. I grew up in Mesa. There's a bunch of towns that are close together, and you can't really tell if they're a different town because everything's kind of growing in on each other. So Tucson is more desert-y than here. I mean, this is desert, but they have less population of people. So we have a lot more houses close together. And so, was it yesterday? No, it was the day before yesterday. There was a storm, and Ginger Snap and I went out for a walk, and there were trees that were just snapped, like big old branches, trees uprooted, because I know I talked about this. Oh, nice. Yeah. Chandler is fairly, I mean, it's the next town over to the west of us. So that's a nice place. I have some good friends from Chandler. And it's not that far away. My brother works in Chandler, but it's maybe 10 minutes from here. So that's fun. But so what is your favorite color to crochet with? Or what? Yes, let's talk about what is your favorite color? Let's put that in the poll. I wish there was, oh. Start. So what is, okay, can everybody see the question? There we go. I've never done that. Oh, purple and dark pink. Ooh, that would be pretty. Black. You like to crochet with black. You are a brave, brave person. Black for me is hard to see. I have to be in good light and with my neck lamp. I wanted to say a headlamp. That would actually work too. I have a headlamp. A neck lamp. Why do I keep saying headlamp? I don't know why I keep saying that, but this is my neck lamp. And I love it. It's positionable, so I can angle it however I want to. So when I crochet at night and I watch television, ooh, you like, Keisha, you like black too. Okay. It is pretty, I do have to say. Oh, I was going to show you my blanket for my friend that I made, and I put the border on it, and it turned out so good. So I'm trying to get my P's and Q's in order so I can do another tutorial on how to make this blanket and how to do the border. Let's see. So far, I love the olive green ombre color. Yes. Just got a skein delivered 30 minutes ago. Ran out of it 2 days ago. I hate when that happens. Okay. So I showed this blanket to you last time for those that were here last time. And then I made a video of it. And then I added this really cool scallop border. And what is cool about this blanket is, yes, it's granny squares, but I have this join as you go. So you crochet everything all at one time. So there's no snipping of any yarn, and it's just fabulous. It all just comes together. Yeah, I did. I finished I actually had to order yarn. I wasn't going to order any more yarn, but I remembered I loved this yarn because it isn't full on black. It's like a charcoal heather. It is probably my favorite Karen Simply Soft color that's like a neutral. So then what I did, because I didn't want to put it in a bag, I just chained blanket yarn and then I tied it together. So I rolled it together. So I need to contact my friend and then give this to her. So, but I need to show him that I finished it. We were talking on the phone. I said, you know what? You were right. You were right. You did a great job. So remind me. Did I show you my, well, she's not technically not my daughter-in-law yet, but she will be. Did I show you her blanket? I can't remember if I showed it to you, but we're just gonna show it to you again because it's been what I've been working on, and I finished the border on this one too. So this is, the whole goal was to use up my yarn that I had from my stash. And what I ended up doing is the same scalloped border. So all of this yarn is Caron Simply Soft. So it's soft, and I think it just turned out really pretty. I know that she's gonna like, and I made this one taller. She's tall. So as I hold it up, which is not very good job here, there we go. So it's hitting the floor. That's how tall it is. So it's a square because you're working with squares. And so I need to get this one rolled up. I think I'm probably going to give it to her for Christmas, or maybe even before. I haven't quite decided. She lives in California, so I have a little bit of time, and this is not rolling together very well. So it's funny, I go through stages where I'm making blankets, and then I don't marry. How many skeins? I honestly couldn't tell you. I just kept grabbing. What I like about granny squares is that you can just use whatever you have. That's like this skein, or this granny squares I'm using. I mean, we have a little sad amount here, then we have a full amount here, then we have a little here, and then you have a full sort of skein here. So I just try and mix and match. I don't have it weighed. So I'm working on an idea for a pattern. And so this next one I wanted to show you that I love, because remember, I don't know if I did a vlog video, and I initially started my daughter-in-law's blanket with the center of the one I'm going to show you, and I didn't like the color. And so I was like, well, I'm going to keep it, and then I'm going to make it a baby blanket. So on this one, let me turn it around this way. Not cute. So this is just one granny square. And I didn't like this color, so I donated it, but it also has that scalloped border. So, and this measures 36, I think it's 36 by 36. So fun that you can do so many different things. Okay. Yeah, this, I call it raspberry, but this color right here, it's showing up a little like more red on the screen, but it's like a pink color. It's one of my favorite colors. So this one's going to go in my stash. When somebody has a baby, I can give them a blanket. Ginger Snap is bored now. She's playing with her baby. That's what we call her little toys. She likes to run around. So there you go. All right. I'm going to ask another question here. Oh, I guess I have to end the other one. Let's end Q&A. Confirm. Yay, Ginger Snap. Okay. Let's see. All right. I guess I'll just ask it because I don't know how to do the chat very well, but what are the colors you do not like to crochet with? What do you find yourself avoiding crocheting with? Or it could be, you know, say, my favorite color is purple, but I don't really crochet with purple. What is your least favorite color to crochet with? And what's funny is I don't normally crochet with dark green. And here I am. And I think I have this one because I made my husband a blanket and it was so time consuming but amazing. I'll have to bring that down for next time. It keeps it on the side of his bed and doesn't use it. How many? Okay. All right. Dark colors. Orange and yellow. Not my faves at all. Yeah. Isn't that funny? I would have to say when I made the daffodils flowers, I don't know if you saw those, Keisha, but um, I wasn't so sure. But when it came together, I was like, all right, I could use that for this and this only. And yellows, not so much either. Even though, you brown, yeah, brown's a weird one too. So the shrug that I'm going to make my granddaughter, I think, is going to be probably the dress is going to be a pastel yellow. So I'm wondering, should I make it a darker yellow or should I make it a cream? What do y'all think? I'll hold up the dress again, what it looks like. Oh, there's my scissors. My desk is such a mess. I was so proud that I got it clean. Not in a prideful way, but it's like, it takes me forever to get my desk cleaned off. I think I need to put one more color on this and it'll be the right size. Let me show you the dress again. Oh, it shut down. All right, hold on. Sorry. All right, she sent me the link over here. All right. So here's the dress. What color shrug should I make for this dress? I'm not even sure what the pattern calls for. If it calls for a cotton acrylic blend, then I might have to buy some yarn. But if not, I have plenty of acrylic yarn. You think cream? I'm thinking cream. And she has red hair. It's like strawberry. Well, I wouldn't even say it's strawberry blonde. It's red. So that'll look really cute. Yeah, the cream I think will make it. I don't know what her shoes are going to be. I wonder if she loves butterflies. And she has a hair bow. I didn't make the hair bow. My son bought her a hair bow, and it's big, and then it matches the bow tie that her brother is going to be wearing. It's going to be so cute. And I told you, I found the dress. I actually steamed the dress that I got for me, which is a Happy Day. Go me. And then, so that was good. It was probably the first dress that I purchased. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to measure this again because I want my square to be, let's see here. I want it 36 across. So I might have made this too big now that I think about it. We're just going to roll with it. Now I got to find my measuring tape. Like, I have 2 or 3 of them. All right. Oh, you know what? There's another one back here. I have 3. And maybe I have them all out. So yeah. Okay. See, I think, oh, you know what? I'm doing this right. Because the last time I measured it, I think it was each, oh, I put my ruler away too. I use my measuring stuff all the time. And, there it is. It was under some other yarn. Okay, we're going to measure how much across this is. So we got 16. So it's probably going to be 17 inches across. So 17 and 17, 34. 34. And then, yeah, this is going to be great. So this is the color I'm going to do. So this square is done. And I am going to, when I assemble it together, there's going to be another row of white. And then I'm going to do kind of like a thicker row of a different stitch and then an edge around it. So it's going to be, yeah, it's a big square. So big granny square. So I need to count my rows and add however many rows to this one. So that's the second one. And I'll probably weave them in. And what is hard about this project is figuring out what colors I wanted to use. So I laid out all of my colors and I'm like, oh, okay, these all are not identical colors, but they worked well together. They marry together really well. And so, and then I pulled out a couple more, like this blue is a different blue. This is actually, I used Red Heart Super Saver, but it's with the other one. I don't even know why I have that in my stash, but I have it. But I really like the color. So I wish it wasn't as like scratchy, but it is what it is. So all of the colors marry together. And so when I assembled the square, I looked at the colors and I'm like, okay, if this one is the center, do I have enough to make two? So I'm going to make two identical squares and then I'll stitch them all together. I hope that made sense. Hopefully that made sense. So I was going to count how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 12, 16. So 16 is my magical number. And what's fun is I intend to make maybe a more feminine version of the same pattern. So with this one would be for a little boy. I am probably not going to do the scallops on it. I might do, I'm not thinking pom-poms. I might do the lobster stitch around it. Has anyone ever heard of the lobster stitch? It's actually really cool. Kind of, and I don't have anything around me right now to show you what a lobster stitch looks like, but it kind of gives it this really cool ridge around your work. I've done it. I know I have a tutorial for, if you go back in my things, it is really cool. So in a tutorial, in my free tutorials, I have a design for a hot pad. And then what are they called? You put coasters. So coasters in a hot pad. And I use the lobster stitch in that pattern. And it's basically what it is. When you single crochet, you crochet from right to left. So when you do the lobster stitch, you're doing a single crochet, but you actually crochet, you have your work here and you crochet the opposite direction. So it gives it this ridge and edge on it, and it looks really cool, and it's not that hard. So it's, oh, is it crab stitch? I always called it lobster stitch. Crab stitch. One of those pincer animals. I think I learned at lobster stitch. Somebody, I don't know, as one of those, but it is a really, really cool stitch. So if you've used it, I think Keisha's used it. It is really cool. So I know Shirley said that she just got yarn delivered to her. I was up looking at Pinterest for some ideas because I'm in my blanket, wanting to make blankets. So I'm creating this blanket, and then I went, I found some yarn, and I actually saw it at Walmart, and I wondered if they had it at Michael's. I did not. Oh, I bet you it just takes practice. I bet it's talent is something that you can work on and just get better at. It's a skill that you can get better at. So if you're watching, I bet you can make your hands do it too. So anyway, so I found some yarn and I saw some blankets that were similar to the colors, and I was like, oh, I love that color. So I looked at Michael's to see if they carried this yarn, and I was surprised that they didn't. So then I looked at, I was pricing everything out to see what would be the cheapest. And I found that Walmart had it the cheapest. And so I used my Walmart Plus, and I'm not sponsored by them, but I used my Walmart Plus to order yarn, and I figured out how much I needed. So I got 3 skeins each of this yarn. And I think I'm also going to do a, what is it called? When you do a workup of something, why is it that my brain is not remembering the word for it? So you can see what the yarn looks like when it's worked up. Swatch. Thank you. Sometimes words just don't work for me. So anyway, so I want to do another swatch video because the last one I did, it literally, I was like, hey, I'm doing this right now for myself to figure out how these work. Let's just make a video. Well, apparently everybody else wanted to know what that yarn looked like. It's the Karen, oh snap. It's the Blossoms Cakes, Karen Blossom Cakes. And I bought several of them. Yes. So I just did swatches of that and everyone was excited. So I ordered some yarn and I love it all. So we will start with the one that I first saw. And I can say already that I'm like, ooh, this yarn is nice. It is the Mandala Ombre. Now, if you have followed me at all, I don't necessarily like variegated yarn. I don't like it. But the Karen Blossom Cakes kind of made me go, okay, I can embrace this if I can see what it looks like. So I'm like, I will brave it out. So anyway, I saw this at Walmart, and this colorway is just beautiful. So this is the colorway Tranquil. And I'm excited to do a swatch of this one to see what it looks like all together. I think it's going to be stunning. So the other one that I purchased, I love all the names of these. This is Serene. Isn't that so cute? I always say cute when I'm talking about yarn, but I mean, I'm imagining it making cute things. So I think I would, with these, I just dropped my crochet hook. I was like, what is that falling on the ground? I think what I would do to bring these together, so I would crochet granny squares or whatever type of blanket, maybe even granny stitch. And on the border, I would use a cream to bring these together. I think let this beautiful colorway do the talking. So this one is probably my favorite because it's so happy. And that is the name of this one. Isn't that stunning? It reminds me of summertime. And it's awesome. So I've been thinking, because I live in such a hot place, making blankets in the summertime, it just doesn't make sense, but that's me. I do it because it's my downtime. But I make summer type blankets. So the granny square blankets, the granny stitch blankets, I like to make because they're not so heavy. You get some of those stitches and it tightens up the yarn so much that it makes the blanket heavy and then hot at the same time. So let me see if I can hold them all up at the same time. There we go. There are the 3 colors. So that was my yarn. And then the cream, I ended up having to order it from Amazon because that was the cheapest place to get it, which was kind of weird. So it's also Lion brand. And I think it's something about non-pilling yarn. So it'll be a good test for all the yarns to see if I actually like them. But I don't normally, and this is a size 4, and it calls for a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. So that will be really great. It'll give us some good drape. And this one has 5.3 ounces in it and 100% acrylic. So there you go on those. Anyway, and it's funny because I'm always going into Walmart and I'll go through their yarn section, always hoping that they have something different. And then sometimes my heart is sad because it seems like they're shrinking their yarn department. I don't know if it's like that where you are, if you even go into Walmart, but sometimes I'm like, oh, please don't take it away. I just saw somebody, they did a video of some place that came up in Texas. It was a new crochet or new craft store. It doesn't look like, but it took over a Joann, but it has a ton of yarn and a ton of different crafting places or things. And I cannot remember the name of it, but I'm like, oh, gotta build one in Arizona because we craft here too. Maybe not be as big as Texas, but we craft here too. I like options. I miss Joann. I talk about it sometimes, and I'm sad because she was one of my friends. I just love the selection of the yarn that they had. I am happy that Michael's picked up their big twist yarn because the big twist yarn, if you've ever used it, is awesome. Really good stuff. Okay. Now I've got to remember what row I'm in. I think I said 6. I should make a note. I get talking and I don't remember. And I have a lot of yarn on my desk. So is anybody else working on anything fun while we are chatting? Oh, and I found my other measuring tape. It's hiding over here. My son just texted and he got his wedding shoes and they were on sale, and then somebody has a discount, and so he got them for inexpensive. You're making a really flowy skirt. Is it a crochet or are you sewing? I would like to know. And what's fun, maybe I need to do a video. I don't know how I would do it because my mom is making a quilt for my son and daughter-in-law. She makes everybody quilts when they get married. And the colors in this, just stunning. Oh, your crochet, blue and purple, double-stranded C2C blanket. Oh, nice. Okay, that sounds really cool and really pretty. I'm scared to say it, but I have never done a corner-to-corner crocheted blanket. I wanted to, but for some reason it makes me a little nervous, but I, at the same time, want to try it because you can make so many cool designs. I saw a blanket that was a llama. They did a corner to corner and it was so cool. And I was like, oh, but my brain was doing other things. So I didn't stop to do that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 16. That's what I thought. The number is 16. Oh, see that Kobu yarn? That's going to turn out really nice and light. I made my granddaughter a dress with the Kobu yarn, and it wasn't as heavy as if I would use like regular cotton or acrylic yarn. It's really, really nice. My daughter, she sends me a picture of her in the dress, and it was after church, and she had sat down in the mud outside because she loves to be outside in the dirt. And so, I'm like, good thing it washes up really great, and my crocheting is sound. But typical little munchkin, she loves to do that. So steel blue, white, and magenta. Ooh, that sounds gorgeous. Okay, Tamara, I am going to share my community link. Let me see here. And when you finish it, would you please share it to my community, because I've had several people share their projects that they're working on. Ooh, Keisha, you should do it. You should do it. I will cheer you on. You should do a graph one. Find a cool design that you want to tackle and do it. I say do it. Do it, do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One more row. Now, have I used this color yet? I'm trying not to use all the colors. Okay, I did that one. I've not done. Trying to decide. This one I have not used. I think it's blah. I want to use that one. So I think I'm going to use this green, but then you've got the other green. Okay, I need help, friends, because the other color I just threw in there was very blah. Did not like it. I'm trying to figure out what my next color is going to do. What to do? Oh my gosh. What's going to be. So that is your last row. And I'm going to do one more row. So I make it green. These are different greens. They were kind of close. I don't know. Or I could do this blue, which is kind of close too. Because I don't like this color. I don't know. What do you think? Should I do that? And the reason why I have a hard time is that I am very linear. So to make a bunch of different colors, this is hard. Oh, sweet. Thank you. All right. So there are those colors. And then here is the blue. Ugh. Yarn vomit. Come on. All right. What do you think? These are my 3 choices. I got to pick one. The sage color, the dark green. That's not dark green, but the middle green, or this blue. Okay. Do you like, you say this green right here, because that's kind of sage colored. And that's kind of a blue color. All right. I got to find, oh, here we go. It goes in this basket right here. This is the green, purple, yellow basket. I'm so excited because I'm making space in my yarn stash. And let's see if I can use up this yarn vomit, because I can't tell if that's coming from the outside. Oh, it's coming from the outside. Happy day. I can fix that problem. Now this feels scratchy to me. It's probably another. If I have, I think I'm going to use this green. I'm going to use this green because this is a little bit softer. Because I don't like this, the feel of this one. I bought this green for my flowers that I made because it doesn't matter. I mean, these are not the same color, but I like this better for the flowers and this. Unless, ooh, got another choice for you, friends. Hold on. Because I'm all full of choices here. All right. Which green? The green on, well, it would be my left or this green. The smaller skein or the larger skein? Vote. Dun, dun. You darker? Okay, so this one. My left. Yeah, so this one. Okay, perfect. My brain was having to think really hard right there. I was like, I can't look at my hand where it says the L, so I know it's left. When I was a little kid, I had the hardest time trying to figure out what was my right and my left. And also telling time on a clock was really confusing to me. It took me Everybody else got it really quick, but for some reason I couldn't. Like I'd look at it and like 1 is 5, 2 is 10. It blew my mind. Oh, how funny. My son just said, he's so funny. He he just texted me, and I don't want to send or pull this. Um, Shark Week starts on Sunday. I don't even know what Shark Week is, but they bought me a goose, one of those doorstop, like you put outside your front door. I'm so random right now, sorry. Um, and I have a bunch of outfits. And sad day, I had it dressed up as a patriotic goose. It had like a hat with a beard, and I didn't pull it inside, and the wind was blowing, and I'm like, I need to pick that up, and it blew over, and the hat had fallen off. Well, it blew away in the wind, so now it doesn't have one. But anyway, they bought a shark costume for it, so I should dress it up as a shark. I don't know what Shark Week is. I should look that up. Sorry, put my hand right in your faces. All right. All right, I have a question for you. So show me your whip if you're crocheting. Okay. Show me your whip with an emoji in the comments. Oh yes, share the picture of the shark with the. Where did my notebook go? My goodness, what in the world is wrong with me? It's because I have so much stuff on my desk. Oh, because I put it right in front of me. And I put my pen over here. Okay, I'm going to put a little asterisk right here. I need a picture of the goose dressed up as a shark. And the funny thing is, I probably wouldn't have bought the goose for myself. But my kids were laughing. I'm like, ooh, I could crochet outfits. And my one son's like, see, I told you guys, she'd be crazy and making it costumes and stuff. I remembered I dropped my crochet hook on the floor. So, I thought it was a gross bug on the floor, and it was like not a gross bug. It was a piece of yarn. So for this crochet project that I'm making, I'm using a 6mm crochet hook so that the drape is nicer. So this yarn that we voted on and said we're going to do this green, I got it at the Dollar Tree. So it is the Premier, I think it's the color Moss, I want to say. So it's kind of a fun color. I was looking when I started making those flowers, trying to find the right kind of brown for the dirt and the right kind of brown for the pots was a little tricky. So I found that Hobby Lobby had the best selection of different kinds of browns. And I went to this one, which I should do a video about. It is amazing. It's like the biggest Hobby Lobby I have ever been to. It is like twice the size of a regular one, but their yarn section is huge. So I was looking for browns, and I went in there and I'm like, oh, they had so many different kinds of creams and grays and browns, and it was awesome. So I was able to pick up some yarn and make that. I love it. Oh, that's so funny. That's really funny. I wonder if I can do, let me see here. I don't even know. Let's see here. Oh, these are funny. I have not done these before. Like in the chat, there's all these different emojis that I haven't seen before. I'm just gonna pull a square because there we go. There we go. There's as close as mine as it's gonna get. It's a green square. All right, friends. Put down my Kleenex somewhere. Don't know where I put it. So I tried something different this week. I shared it on my Instagram reel, or not reel, my stories. I make sourdough bread, and it used to terrify me. And I'm like laughing at myself because if you listen to people, they're like, oh, you have to feed it and you have to like keep it at this temperature and you have to, make sure you use this amount and it's like all measured out and difficult. Well, I have found that it is not as difficult and terrifying as people have said it is. So I've been making sourdough bread for a couple of years now. And I ran across this lady. I think her name is Amy Cooks. So her last name is not Cooks, but Amy Cooks. And she had this fabulous recipe for sourdough croissant. Oh my goodness. I can't even get all the words. Chocolate sourdough. So chocolate chip sourdough croissant bread. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. I ended up making 2 loaves because my sourdough starter was very happy because it liked the humidity. And I actually took a loaf over to my daughter-in-law's family that live close to us. And I said, I know you guys like sourdough, so here you go. And the mom was like, I want to eat it all myself. I don't want to share with anybody. She's like, this is amazing. So I made it with dark chocolate because that's all I had. And I'm not normally a dark chocolate fan. I found the recipe said to make it with milk chocolate. But and then I found I had semi-sweet and that one was really good. So I made 2 large ones. And then the next day I made small Banneton bowl sized sourdough so that you can have like single servings and then they're in the freezer. So now my husband can have one now that he's home. I'll be excited about that. So I found that if I make them in the little bowls so that it's like you can make, sandwiches or whatever at home. And that's the perfect size for that. And what I'll do is I freeze them and then I pull them out, put them in the microwave for like 30 minutes. Oh, yuck. 30 seconds. And then I put them in the air fryer. So just on the air fryer mode, I will put it where the bottom is facing up. And then while it's heating up, and then I'll flip it over and put it on for another 3 minutes. Just like it came out of the oven. So good. I'm telling you, friends. Good stuff. Does anybody else like to bake or cook? Wow, I messed that up. I don't know how I did that. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're just going to keep crocheting. I didn't really mess it up. I just crocheted over the tail of that. I'll just work it in later. Yes. Oh, healthy bread. And normally I cook with kamut flour, which is like higher in protein, which is quite delicious too. So I like to eat. I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm like, don't make yourself croissant chocolate chip sourdough bread though, and eat it every day. That'll make your tummy upset. Or make you 50 pounds heavier if you eat that every single day. Okay. Okay, if you've ever purchased, this is a question that you need to respond to. If you've ever purchased yarn without a specific project in mind, I want you to type guilty in the chat box. If you have, that would be your response. And I would say guilty. I'm totally guilty of that. I'm trying to do better. I am trying to do better. As I showed you my 3 new, well, I shouldn't say 3, it's actually 9 skeins, but I did tell you that I have a project for that yarn that I did buy. So you're all going to help me hold myself accountable for those and get those done. And do they have a home? No. I just crochet because I like it. Holy smokes. I shoved that down the yarn vomit down the middle and it keeps catching on this other part. That is so annoying. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm still enjoying my yarn spinner. I like it better than the yarn bowl. I feel like yarn bowls, because I make my yarn cakes most of the time, the yarn spinner works really nice. So and this is a travel one. I've showed you this one before. So it folds all up in a little bag and I can take it where I want to. And it travels around my house. It'll travel on my desk and it travels in while we're watching a show. It's great. All the yarn. Yes, all the yarn all the time. Come on. Okay, does anybody have questions for me this week? Because I am happy to answer any questions that you have. We've had some really fabulous questions in the past. So, let me put it here. What would you like me to review next? I know people have things that they would like to know a little bit more about. Or even, we'll ask this next question in a second. I'll type it up. Hey, Ronnie, how are you? So glad you can tune in. Okay. Different yarn color swatches and different stitches. Okay. We can do that. Oops. So like the moss stitch, single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet. Where do I do most of my yarn shopping? Well, it's kind of a complicated question. I will say that I like to do, because I am trying to do better about how I'm spending my money on my yarn and wanting to put it to good use, the way I think about purchasing yarn changes. So I like to think of the projects I want to make, and I want to use good yarn. I'm a little bit of a yarn snob, so I know the yarns I like to work with. I really like Premier yarns. It's one of my most favorite yarns to work with. So when they have a sale, I will grab me some. So lately, I knew they didn't have a sale, but I liked the colors I got. I just purchased this yarn I was talking about from Walmart, but they don't really have a huge selection. But if I had to go down and there was one place that was local to me to go get yarn, it would probably be, I want to say Hobby Lobby. but it would only be probably, I love this yarn, because there's some of their yarn I really don't care for, because I've used it and just, it's the makeup of it or something. I just don't really care for it. And other people might like it because I don't like working with DK yarn. It's too small. I have a hard time with the smaller yarn. It's too small. Crochet hook is too small. Great question. Okay, I'm going to write down yarn swatches. Different stitches. Oh, all right. I'm going to post this next question. Oh, why didn't it? I didn't type it in the chat. I typed it in this other weird box that popped up. Okay, here we go. So what is your one crochet goal for the week? I would love to know what, and that could include so many things. So if it includes tools or yarn that have to do with crochet, or if you are a knitter, what is one goal that you have thought about you wanted to get done this week? I would love to hear it. Da, da, da. All right, I have this. Okay. Okay, here we go. I have no goal. I just like to crochet every day. Hey, that is, I don't think that's necessarily, obviously it's not goal, but crocheting every day is fabulous. If I can crochet every day, it's not necessarily a goal, but it is a good day when I can crochet every day. It helps me center. I get centered when I can crochet. It kind of helps my brain calm down. And in the back of my mind, I did write it down one time. If I can crochet every day, that is a good day. I would say for me, I would like to finish up this blanket and probably take pictures of them. Oh, Keisha, isn't that the thing that always is the thing, is to finish up a work in progress before starting another? Because I started this one and I still have my Santa. He still needs a body and his head attached to his body, but I haven't wanted to work on that yet because there's other things that my brain doesn't want to do that. I need to sew eyeballs on some of my dolls where the safety eyes failed. It's very frustrating. Ooh. Finish the baby blanket I'm working on. Yes, yes, yes. That would be awesome. I do have to show you one other thing that I did make this week, because I have a full length video that's already edited and done and ready to go for Saturday, and it talks about the Premier Plush yarn. And I made this cute little seal for the video. So he is so cute. And this color is seal. So this is the Premier Plush. So it's a size 6, super bulky. And this worked up so quick. I mean, I think I made it in like 25 minutes. I mean, super, super quick. Yes. So I can add his, so Saturday, this one is linked in the video notes, the show notes. So if you watch on Saturday, it's there, and I can add it to this one if you'd like it as well. I just need to make a note to myself. Seal. It's crazy. I think the other thing that I've been thinking about is getting my office finished like I wanted to. I think I'll be adding to it. Just I have little knickknacks. Oh, I'm going to make a video about changing my office around, giving it a little bit of a facelift, helping to feel like it's more me and not just there. So, I mean, you can see part of it. I've rearranged the back here on the top is different, but on my desk, I have more space for things, and it's not just a pile of stuff. And I have been pretty brutal going through and organizing, and every day I've like, okay, you got to get rid of one thing, whether it's an empty box from something or a yarn you don't like, or this is like throughout my whole house. So if I find a piece of clothing that I'm not wearing, it's got to go. Or if I've lost the love for it, it's got to go. Because I don't want piles of stuff in my house. It's stressful. All right. Have you ever tried that t-shirt yarn? I bought some now, don't feel comfortable with it. Wondering what to do with it. Have you tried what? Okay, initially when you bought it, did you have a project in mind, or did you just think it was groovy and bought it? I have not tried it myself. Just wondering if you have a project in mind for that. I think sometimes I buy yarn and then why did I buy that yarn? Like that Kobu yarn, I bought it at Walmart years ago. There was like I think the die lot numbers were different because they continued to carry it, or maybe it was just the colors they were getting rid of. So it was like an army green and like this color pink that they were getting rid of. And I combined the two. So imagine a dress like that. I think it went that way. It actually, and I made it for my granddaughter, and it turned out really cute. But initially I bought it and I was like, I'll buy it because it's on clearance. But then I was like, what am I going to do with that? I just had to find its perfect project because it was a dream to work with. Okay, Tamara says she has it. Oh, you're going to make a purse with it. That should be cool. I wonder, could you make a rug with it? Do you have enough to make a rug? Because what size crochet hook do you need when you are using that yarn? I'm just curious. So I would think it would be maybe a little bit more durable where it wouldn't get a halo like acrylic yarn would. Because cotton yarn can be stiff, but I would think that the t-shirt yarn would be a little bit softer. That'd be really interesting to work with. Okay, now for the joy. Finished in the square, and now I get to weave in the ends. Let's have a party. Usually I weave in my ends as I go, so it's not such a chore to do. This time, I went a little bit different. But it's zippity quick. So when I weave in my ends on blankets when I'm crocheting, because I don't want them pulled out, I learned this trick a long time ago when I am adding another color either through a pull through or adding it to a blanket. I will slip stitch it onto the hook, and then so when I'm pulling the color through um, to change colors, I will slip stitch that on and not just place it on because I feel like it would pull out because it has the knot. So all of my yarn in this blanket already slip knotted on. But then when I go back to weave in the ends, because I've had things pull out before, I actually weave them in at least 3 times. 1, 2, 3, like up through and around so that it doesn't have a chance to pull out. Oh, so you got it from Temu. I've never purchased from Temu. Ooh, I wonder if you could make like an animal rug, like a little blanket or something for a dog or a cat to lay on. I know my dogs, well, when we had 2 dogs, Ginger Snap's so funny. Her personality is so funny. But Fiona, our other sweetie, if there was a sock on the ground, it was so much better to lay on the sock than just the carpeted floor. I don't know. She was crazy. She was a silly dog. We miss her. She got sick all of a sudden, and then we had to put her down. It just made my heart sad. She was a good dog. Ginger Snap loved her big sissy. Oh, you got yours when you went out of, okay, when Joanne was going out of business. So I would say you might even ask Google, what projects can I use for this yarn? And then you can see maybe how many skeins it needs. That's probably what I would do. So you said was it the big twist? I think that they had big twist. So you may be able to, yeah. So I think it would be all the same size. So if you needed more, maybe you could go to Michael's or even Amazon. I've only purchased one not brand I'd heard of yarn from Amazon, and it did its job. It was a blanket yarn. It was sturdy. It was a good sturdy yarn, but it was almost softer. So it just worked up differently than regular blanket yarn. I was like, okay, this is all right. Would I buy it again? I don't know. It was black, and so black is not one of my favorite colors to use. Oh, did I already weave in the... Oh, no. I was going to be happy for a second. I was like, what? I already weaved in the... Woven? Weave? Weaved? What is the word? Anyway, made the tails go into this. I thought I'd already... Now I'm like going to second guess myself. Weaved in the ends of this yarn. I'm making myself laugh. I don't even know how to say that. I'm doing good. Doing good. All right. How is everybody else's projects going? Let's check in. I did my my diamond art moment for the day. I finished off the black. Or was that yesterday? No, that was today. I was watching something at lunchtime yesterday, and it's like, okay, now I've got to stop, because I'm the type of person that if I have a project, I like to go from start to finish, and I don't like to walk away from it. So sometimes crochet projects are hard because I have to put them down and walk away, and I'm like, oh, but I want to finish it. Have you ever pulled a color changing yarn to get? Yes, I have. I have done that. A color changing yarn to get to the color you want. So I wonder, my phone, it's probably underneath here. I'm going to see if I can find it, but I made a cardigan for my daughter-in-law, and I bought one of those color changing yarns, and they were on clearance at Joann. I got to find there it is. I found it at Joann and was on clearance. So I tried to, what I did was I wound it up on my yarn winder. Every color change, I would snip and make it a new ball. And I cannot remember how many skeins of yarn I had. I'm getting close to it, I can tell. But the finished product of the sweater was really pretty. It's like it had a halo, and it was so soft, so lovely, and it had like pinks and turquoise and cream in it, and it's so her. And I never did make myself. I made my daughter one of those cardigans. I made my mom one. So this is the one I made for my mom. But that was just random in my stuff. Let me see here. I need to find. Oh, and then I made one for my oncologist. That's the one I made for my oncologist. She loved it. Then, sorry, it is still down here. I don't have all the pictures on my. Oh, here it is. So she's tall too. So that turned out really cute. So the cream is a different brand. So there's the back of it. So it was really fun to be able to mix the colors and have the colors be similar to each other. I thought it turned out really pretty. It was really fun. That was a really fun project. Here's a close-up of it. And that cream color I got in a big skein of yarn. I can't remember. I think it was a Lion Brand yarn. I think I still have it actually, because I bought two skeins of it because I thought, oh, cream, I'm going to use that for something. Thank you. Thank you. It was so fun to make. It was really fun. I made one for my daughter, and I cannot remember if I took a picture of. So I made daughter-in-law, mom, daughter, doctor. So I made 4 of them. So, oh, let me see if I can. Oh, sorry, I don't want the music on there. But I wanted to show you what the skein of yarn looked like. So that's what the skein of yarn looked like when I got it. And see how lovely that is? It's the Colorama Halo. I would highly recommend. Highly recommend. That was a good yarn. So I don't know if Michael carries that or not. I'm trying to be good about my yarn, having it have a purpose and not just because I want to, but can't say that I'm 100% good at it because I bought some yarn because I wanted it and I thought it was pretty. All right. Why is this one? Okay. So what project would you like me to feature in the next live that I do? What would you like to see? I do have a basket of yarn that I want to do a cardigan for myself. I'm gathering, but I'm not sure what my main colors are going to be yet. So that's still a work in progress. Okay. Before we go, I would love to hear, what is one thing that you are thankful for? Could be today, could be this week, could be anything. What is one thing that you are thankful for? Drop them in the chat. Do I put a lot of thought into my color choosing? Yes, when I'm buying it for a project. When I was looking to create my flowers, I was particularly interested in finding a terracotta color for terracotta pots, dirt, um, those browns like that, and then green. Um, then some of the flowers that I was making. Yes, for my um, my dolls, I would say I like to buy colors that speak to me. And so I have a lot of random colors. But then I find myself going back to neutral colors and then the accents. So if they wear clothes, those will be in the bright colors. I don't know if I answered your question very well, but nice. Congratulations, Keisha. And Tamara, yes, family is the best. I do have to say. Thank you. Yeah, so my husband was at a funeral for a family member, and just makes you super grateful for your family, like, and the moments that you spend with those loved ones, and take advantage. Don't take don't think take things for granted. Tell them you love them and you appreciate them. I've been trying to do that a lot better, like telling people, hey, thanks so much, love you, appreciate you, you're awesome, because you just don't know. Just don't know. I am close to weaving in these ends. I'm feeling the nearness. So I have been binge watching to catch up. I am watching, it's an Apple Plus show. I'm watching it through VidAngel, so if it has stuff in it, I can't guarantee that it doesn't have stuff in it. Um, it's called Silo. Has anybody been watching Silo? Basically, all these people live underground in a big old silo. It's kind of crazy. I have my thoughts about what's going on, but I'm at the end of the first season and they just came out with another season. And my husband's waiting for me to catch up. He's like, I'll watch him again with you. It's like, okay. So I've been trying to catch up. I just had one of my knots come undone in this, and that is not a happy thing. I guess it wasn't my knot. I think it was a knot that it broke, like in the factory, and they tie it. I have been noticing less and less, knots in yarn. I think quality control is better because people are expecting their yarn to be fabulous, and if their yarn isn't fabulous, people aren't going to buy it. Does anybody have a binge-worthy show or book or something that they listen to while they crochet or go about your business in the day that you'd like to share with everybody else? I would love to know. Okay, that one got twisted around. That's wonky. Skewonkus. Awesome. I'm just weaving in the ends on this one. So I can show you what these squares look like, and then I am going to make another of the same. And on the second ones, I plan on weaving in the ends. because as I go, because this is for the birds. Wait until the end. Do it as I go. Be done with it. Da, da, da. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're just going to trim this one because it's being... All right. So here is that finished square. So weave it in the ends. Thank you for your help with the green. I'm thinking it's going to look fabulous. So remember, I'm going to take white and crochet around it and join it with the other squares that I'm going to make. And this is the other square. So imagine these two squares with a white border in between. So pretty. And this is a mix of Caron Simply Soft and other yarns that I have in my stash, because I'm trying to use up my stash to make room for more yarn. All right, my friends, I need to go make dinner because it is dinner time here in Arizona. I'm sure the rest of you have probably already eaten your dinner, because it is probably later in the day for you, but more yarn, more yarn. I know, make room for more yarn because yarn is happy. I mean, come on. I love that this yarn's name is Happy. It is happy. All right. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining this live, and we will see you in the next one. And if I didn't remember, just contact me in the community or make a note on or comment on this video or other videos, and I will respond back. Just have a good evening, friends. Oh, you're in California. Yep. See you next time.